Franklin wins the toss of the coin and declines until the second half the choice. The usual Piscataway procedure. Piscataway elects to receive and will do so from the south end of the stadium. And we'll remind you that porta-johns are available for your comfort to the far left of the home side bleachers, the far right. Standing deep along with Salmaster Giovanni for Piscataway. And we're in business at the 20-yard line. .36-yard line in the 16-yard return. Mike Purnell at quarterback. And he's keeping. And moves out of bounds. Outside, reminder that the scoreboard clock is the official clock for today's game. Jackson trying to turn the corner, and he's dumped. Now throws, it's complete to Lester, and he's out of bounds outside the 40. 6-yard pass play completion to Lester for the first down. And Jackson breaking loose, and he's still kicking his way and fighting his way inside the Franklin 20-yard line. He'll go to the and the delay, and he spins out, and a nice stop. Jackson. And again, Jackson turns the corner, dives inside the close to the 5-yard line to go. A 5-yard gain on the play. We're at 9:22 and counting in the period. And again, Jackson close to the goal line, down at about the 1-yard line. And again, Jackson on the carry in for the touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run, 8:30. Larry Lester lining up for the PA2. Mike Purnell on the hold. It's up, and it is no good. Off to the left, and we hold it 6. Mike George. Terrence Jackson also in deep positions. To the 29-yard line, and brings the ball back. Paul Podolsky, quarterback in shotgun position. And he throws long, and it's broken up Shotgun formation once more for the Warriors. Lowski throwing again, and it's overthrown. Lowski into regular T formation. Jackson on the carry, and he stopped well short of the first down, 7.5. Punt formation. And Jackson gets a beauty off. Deshaun takes it at the 11-yard line for Piscataway and loses his footing as he tries to cut, and a 10. 7:21 remaining in the first period. And once more, Jackson will go 9 from the Piscataway 28-yard line. And Purnell is sacked. Looks like a keeper. Purnell on the draw. And Jackson is stopped after. But Lester goes into punt formation at 5:37 remaining in the period. Paladin Davis for the return. Almost blocked. And the Warriors retain possession on the Lowski again, and he is run out of bounds after a very short game. Shotgun formation for the Warriors. Pass into the flat. It'll be short of the first down. Then goes into punt formation. Deshaun Jackson standing deep for the Chiefs. And he gets one off, intending for it to be dead, as it is going to be inside the 10-yard line, the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. 3:33 remain in the first period. Mike Purnell, the quarterback. And this time Anthony Best on the carry, and he moves for a few. Again, the delay to Best, and he again slips on the cut. Bishop, and he bangs his way outside the 20. Flag on the play before the snap. And an offside call will go against the West turning the corner. And he moves beyond the first down marker in the first period. Quick pass. Check out Kevin Hopkins, number 81 on the Piscataway roster, does not belong. That was intended for Hansel Patel. And the delay, and Best wrestled down the yard line inside the 47, 3rd and 8, as we count down under 20 seconds remaining in the first period. 3rd and 8 for Piscataway. Are now throwing, and it's incomplete. Larry Lester in punt formation. Davis standing deep for the Warriors. The punt bouncing to the 18-yard line. As we come to the end of the period, Piscataway 6, Franklin 0. The Warriors will take over. Back in business, 1st and 10 from the Franklin 19-yard line. Loose ball, and it pops to Larry Lester. Flag on the play, however, at the spot of the loose ball at the 21-yard line. Let's see what the call is. Larry Lester picking the ball out of midair. He moves it to about the 2-yard line. The officials are conferring. Call is a face mask call. Again, it stepped off from the point of the foul. And that gives the Warriors a first down at the 36-yard line. Pedlowski, and he throws it. 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Pedlowski and shotgun again. And this time he completes the pass, but it'll be for a very short gain. Pedlowski throwing long, and it is broken up. Flag on the play, however, at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Best on the defense for Piscataway. And it's a 4th down and 8. Terrence Jackson in punt formation once more. Lester Jackson for Piscataway standing deep. Another squibbler. This goes inside the Piscataway 30, and it's down at about the 1st and 10 for the Chiefs from their own 28-yard line. And Jackson picks his hole, dances up. Brian Bishop on what we used to call the belly series, and he pulls his way. Jackson, and he's met for loss. Will Barron leading the charge. Anthony Best, and he's tackled yard. 8:10 remaining in the period. 3rd and 13 for Piscataway. For now to Larry Lester, and he escapes the sandwich tackle, and he's in for a 50-yard pass play completion. Chiefs lining up for a 2-point conversion attempt. We're now throwing, and it's complete to Jackson for the 2-point. Radcliffe standing deep in the middle for Franklin. To the 17-yard line. Terrence Jackson on the carry, and he's gang down at about the 30-yard line. And 10. Podlowski at quarterback. And no gain on that play. And movement on the line. Proceeds to check an offsides ball. Penalty pushes the ball back to the 24, where it's 2nd and 16. And Terrence Jackson breaks close to the first down. Seconds and counting in the half. And a completion. Mike George on 2nd and less than a yard. And again, back in business. Ball nosed actually on the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Jackson again, and he almost breaks loose. And the pass intended for Terrence. Third and 7 for the Warriors. 5:03 remaining in the period. And a draw. And once more, Terrence Jackson in punt formation. Lester and Tashawn Jackson standing deep for the Chiefs. Another squibbler, and it's going to go inside the 20 and be spotted dead in refreshment stand, the Arrowhead, sponsored by Piscataway Township High School Athletic Association. 1st and 10 from the 16. And Jackson hanging on. And Jackson and again a strong effort by call a timeout. Second timeout for on the 18-yard line. And again, dropped in the backfield. For the Warriors. Lester in punt formation for Piscataway. Franklin going for the block. Almost get it. It's a good kick nonetheless. And it's inside right on the 35-yard line where Franklin will take over. 1:46 remaining. 1st and 10. Podolsky in shotgun formation once more for the Warriors. And it's a completion. Mike George. And in the shotgun. And incomplete. And Podolsky is sacked. Flag on the play, however. Ray Pilch. A motion call against Franklin. Throwing long and incomplete. Intended for Mike George formation. And it's a fake. And he's close to the first down marker. Seconds remaining in the half. 1st and 10. Podolsky in shotgun position. And he throws long again. And this one is incomplete. Mike George. Shotgun formation once more for the Warriors. And throwing long and incomplete. Again intended for Mike George. And the draw play goes nowhere. 4th and 12, shotgun formation for Podolsky. And again, he gets away, drops the ball off to Jackson, and with 2 seconds remaining, Jackson goes out of bounds, well short of the first down at the 32-yard line. Again, bring the half to a conclusion. Piscataway 14, Franklin nothing. Again, rest facilities available to in Porta-Johns, the far left.
Principal Anthony Bundy. Band directors Fred Oltherzuski and Dixie Preston. Drum majors Colleen Catapano and Zuri Uzzle. Color guard captains Joan Cristobal and Jessica Cook. This year's program is Critico. First partita, second partita, and third partita. Enjoy it.
The Franklin High School Warrior Marching Band, ladies and gentlemen. Karen Ratliff standing deep in the middle for the Warriors, along with Terrence Jackson and Saladin Davis. To the 21-yard line, Jackson, and he's ganged down there at the 33, 34-yard line. Paul Podlowski at quarterback. George on the carry. Mike George. Into the flat. And George is dumped by Lester finally, but he's inside. Jackson breaks out of the pile and moves inside the 15. George sweeping inside the 10. And Nick Franchino. Quick pass complete to George for the touchdown. 9-yard touchdown pass. And it's good. And Franklin goes to 7. We hold 14-7, 8:42 remaining in the third period. The Chiefs. Loose ball, and Piscataway retains possession. Billups on the Ashawn Jackson stopped the line of scrimmage. Like no gain on the play of 2nd and 10. And now throwing to Bishop. And he's outside the 30 for the first step. Pass into the flat to Lester. And he dances a little, but he's not going too far. And Bishop stood up after a short gain. Jackson turns the corner, gets loose. Flag on the play near the spot. Jackson moved inside Warrior territory. I'll have a hold call go against the Chiefs. The first down. And Jackson close to the first down. Lester going into punt formation for Piscataway. Aaron Ratliff deep for Franklin. Ratliff on the reception and downed by Pilch. George on the end around again, and this time he stopped for official timeout on an equipment adjustment. And pass into the flat. Podleski in punt in shotgun formation. He throws it out. It's complete to Jackson. He gets loose outside the 45, close to the 4 minutes in the period. And Rankina on the defense. And the direct snap. 2:23 remaining in the period. Another big play. Podleski in shotgun formation. Throwing it long. And it is complete. George inside the 10-yard line. Asamoah on the defense for Piscataway. Pass incomplete. Podleski's pass to George for the touchdown. Franklin goes to 13 at 1:30. Podleski lined up for the PAT attempt. It's up and it is good. We're at 14-14. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining in the third period. Podleski teeing up for the kickoff. Lester at the 23-yard line. And he comes out to about the 35-yard line. Jackson turns the corner but doesn't get too far afterwards. Too close to the 40-yard line again. For now, hangs on and steps his way close to the 50. And Parnell is hit. Strong effort by Adrian Harris. And again, Parnell is bumped for a loss. And Piscataway, third down and 23 from their own 37-yard line as we begin the fourth period. Screen pass to Jackson, and he moves inside the 50 to the 45, and a flag on the play at the end. Jackson picks up 17 yards, and then we'll have a now to play to Lester, and he breaks away, and he's going to move inside the 10-yard line. He's out of Jackson, dances away, and finally is brought down after a little Parnell throwing complete, check me, incomplete to Bishop. Parnell throwing long, and it's incomplete, intended for Lester in the end zone. Parnell throwing, and it's broken up, incomplete, and first and 10 for the Warriors. Podolsky over the center. And movement in the Warrior backfield. First and 15. Terrence Jackson stood up at the line of scrimmage, still second and 15. Podolsky throwing long, but it's too long and Podolsky in shotgun formation. Throws long, and it's almost complete. Terrence Jackson in punt formation. another fake. And he still was moving outside the 40, and he moves for the first down. Sadlowski throwing long, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. 17 remaining in the game. Second down and 10 for the Warriors from their own 43-yard line. 9:17 remaining in the game. Shotgun formation once more. And he throws long, and it's almost intercepted, but out of the reach. Shotgun formation once more for the Warriors. Again, strong pressure and a throw out of bounds. And this time he does get a beauty off, and that will go down close to the goal line. Cornell on the keeper. Comes out for a second and 7 or 8. Jackson turns the corner and dances and finally gets caught up, but he's close to the first down. And Jackson is Lester in punt formation. That's one off. And it'll be dead at the 44-yard line where the Davis on the carry. And Lester finally wrestles him down. Flag on the play. Inside the 20-yard line. Face mask call will go against Piscataway. 56 remaining. Gillespie throwing out of the end zone. Jackson stood up at the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation, Pulaski. And he throws, and it's complete for the touchdown. And it's up, and it is good. 21-14, 5:48 remaining. Franklin in the lead. Mascherani, and he's out beyond the 35, checking the 30. now throwing to Bishop. And he's out of bounds. Larry Lester on the reverse. And he dances to the 35 of Franklin and first down. 1st and 10 for Piscataway. Cornell throwing again to Bishop, but it's incomplete. Jackson attempts to sweep the end, and he's caught. And pass intended for Lester. Lester in punt formation. And it'll be a fake punt. But he falls well short of the first down. Third down and 8 for the Warriors. Shotgun formation once more. Quick pass intended for Terrence Jackson. And he does get another beauty off. And it's going to be spotted inside the 10-yard line. Pass complete to Lester outside the 20. Bought the ball to the 22-yard line. 1st and 10. Flags on the play. Franklin are now throwing, and it's incomplete. Intended for Larry Lester. 2nd down and 5. Again, a pass complete. Samoa on the reception for a first down. To the 40-yard line. 2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the game. Cornell throwing, and it's incomplete. Ball hit the ground. Warriors take their second time out of the half. Second and 10 from the Piscataway 40-yard line. 1:52 remaining. Cornell throwing long, and it's intercepted. Adrian Harris, and he's out of bounds outside the 45. Flag on the play. A delay of game call will go against the Warriors. First and 15 from the 41-yard line. and Podlowski kneels for the second down and 16 for Franklin from their own 39. And again, Podlowski kneels down, and the clock will continue to roll. Be third down and a few more. Third and 19. And another kneel. Counting under 50 seconds and mark where they'll take the delay penalty. And have it fourth down and 27. 14 seconds. And Podlowski throwing the ball out of the end zone. 10 seconds remain. Piscataway will. And that is a safety. Lester. Jackson throwing the Hail Mary, and it's intercepted, and 4 seconds remain, but we have a strange occurrence here. Franklin will kneel, and the game will be over. A grand effort by the Warriors, and they, in a sense, cap off a good season, go to 7-3. Piscataway drops to 10-1. Again, watch your step as you move out of the stadium area. We won't be seeing you here at Piscataway until next fall when the 2000 football season begins.